Hello, everybody. We are on our last day of notes. So from now on, it's your last day of notes. Your test is on. For Orange Day, it's Friday. I don't remember the date. And then White Day, yours is the following day. This is the last day of new notes. In between then, you'll get like a review worksheet packet to practice for the quiz, right, like the test right before. And you also get like a worksheet to practice some of the skills that are a little bit more difficult, I guess to say. So, or like the newer concepts that you've learned. That's the better way of saying it. So, the last set of notes is literal equations. Let's go ahead and get started. I again did not do a title page because I don't know. So, literal equations. These are not literal equations. Literal equations does not mean with shapes instead of symbols. But this is a good way of thinking about it. So here we have to solve for the triangle, which is this guy. I know. So how do we get this triangle by itself? We get rid of this square. And we do that still using the inverse property. So we go ahead and add the square to both sides. Except we can't add a star and a square, as weird as that sounds, because they're not the same. So we can't say, oh, there's two stars, or oh, there's two squares. There's not. There's one star and one square, and so we have to write it out that way. So we just write it. The triangle is going to be equal to one star plus one square. Okay? Here's another example. This time we're solving for the star, but it's being divided by the triangle. So to undo that, we multiply both sides. Hi. Sorry, a teacher came in and I had to pause. But, okay, so what I was saying is that we go ahead and divide both sides by a triangle. Or not divide, multiply both sides by a triangle. Unfortunately, I forgot to put my triangle over here. It's sad. But these triangles will cancel out, leaving me with just a star. And then I'd have a square times a triangle over there, which I don't know what that would make. If you know, good, but I don't. Because I don't know what a star and I know what they are, but I don't know what they're representing. So, that's how you do it with, like, shapes. Okay? Go ahead and try these two on your own. And we will go over the answers next class. I know that sounds really weird, but we'll see what a star equals. We'll see what a triangle equals. Okay? Alright, moving on. So, literal equations is the name of the topic today, but it's helpful to know what it is. It's basically an equation or formula. So you guys have seen a lot of formulas before. That has a lot of different variables. So, when we solve a literal equation, what we're doing is basically getting one of those variables by itself to see what that one variable would equal in terms of the other variables. It sounds very complicated, but it's really not. Okay? I just don't explain things well. So, looking at number 1, we have to solve for a. Okay? Now, this is a literal equation because there's actually only variables, no numbers. My goal is to get a by itself. So, I would do that the same way I would do solving an equation. I just need to get the a by itself. Here, all I have to do is subtract b from both sides. This b with the a will be gone. And now I have a new b over here. So I end up getting a equals c minus b. And that's my answer. It's not like you should get a number or a single number or anything like that. It's literally just moving the equation around and manipulating it so you can get whatever that variable is by itself. That's all we're doing. Okay? Number 2, we're solving for a again. And I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I always circle what they're asking me to solve for, and then I circle that variable in the equation as well. Keeps me, like, organized, basically. Because sometimes, if I don't circle it, and if there's a variable that I see more often, like x, for example, here, I might start solving for x, even though they didn't ask for it. Okay? So I always circle the one that they asked for just to keep me more organized. Okay? Just kind of like when I said about the parentheses when you're substituting. So, circle. Okay? So now I gotta get a by itself. So I'm still following sad Meg. I'm gonna undo anything added or subtracted to the a, which would be this b here. So I'm gonna subtract b from both sides, giving me ax equals c minus b. And now I'm gonna undo anything that gets multiplied or divided by the a. So I need to get rid of this x basically. So to do that, I'm going to divide both sides by x. And when I divide this side by x, I'm dividing the entire side by x, not just the c, not just the b, everything. Okay? So I end up getting a equals c minus b all over the x. Okay? And that's my answer. Circle? No circle. That's my answer. Okay? Now here is a real, like, formula kind of question. This is the formula for surface area of a triangular prism. Okay? Where h is the height of the prism, p is the perimeter of the base, and b is the area of the base. They want you to get h by itself. Okay? So I rewrote it. I am trying to get this guy by itself. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go with sad Meg. Undo any addition or subtraction first, which means I need to get rid of this add 2b part. I don't know why it's capital B. It should be a lowercase b. So subtract 2b from both sides. And I can't do this actual subtraction, so I just have to write it out again. S minus 2b, and I just flipped it around, equals HP. So Harry Potter equals S minus 2b. Sorry, that was a really bad joke. Now I'm still trying to get h by itself, so I've got to get rid of this p now. Divide by p. So really h is just S minus 2b over p. Okay, so to get the height for it, the triangular prism, you just take the surface area minus 2 base. Oh, I know why it's supposed to be a capital B, because that's what it should be. This should be a capital B here. Surface area minus 2 times the area of the base all over the perimeter. That's your answer. Okay? So now you are going to try the next 3 on your own. So solve for x, and then this formula. Okay? And when you come back, we will go over these answers. Okay? Don't forget, you guys had your quiz today. No, you have a quiz. Yeah, sorry, I'm doing this really early. You have a quiz next class on Monday for Orange Day and Tuesday for White Day. So make sure you're studying for that quiz. It does not include this. It's including translations and solving equations. And for the honors kids, it's also going to have a absolute value equation on there. So make sure you're studying for your quiz. Okay? And I will see you next class, and we'll go over all these answers. Make sure if you have any questions, you write them down on the side and ask them in class. That'll help if you just write it down and keep quiet about it. But yeah, I'll see you next class. Bye.